Hello YouTube. Today we're going to talk about my favorite knife hunt trail. Whether it be that I'm actually going to try and have a fire or I just need something to cut some cord. I always have some sort of thing to cut, as well as always something that I can cut wood with. Now let me show you. My favorite knife on trail, and the only knife I bring on trail typically, is a Swiss Army Knife Huntsman. This is more than enough. Even if you're going to have fires, genuinely, I think this is more than enough. The only time I really tend to bring more is when I want to cut some big logs. This right here is the Silky Gomboy. Man, this thing's incredible. I have cut down some thick trees, dead trees, with this. And it's actually insane. So this blade thickness, you'd think probably only cut tree maybe this wide or so. I have cut down things that were, I'm not even kidding you, almost twice the width of this blade. It's powerful. The only thing you have to do is when you do that, start and then just keep angling and going at different angles, and you can get through some really thick stuff. And if you're going through some thin stuff, this is going to be much faster than the saw blade on this. Now, this is very good for a pocket knife. However, there is no competition. This thing will absolutely smoke it. But they're both good. And if all you're doing is small fires, you're maybe only going for like an hour fire or something like that, that's all you're aiming for, just something to cook on or something, this will probably be more than enough. If you're trying to get something going 4 or 5 hours, you're gonna start working a little extra by using this. So that's when I'd justify the extra weight of bringing this, which it's not much. I don't even think it's a pound. I need to put the weights up here. But regardless, I don't bring this unless I plan on having a very long fire. I will be bringing this weekend because I'm going to be doing a winter trip and I need a lot of wood. So I know I'm going to want to bring this. It's very thin, very light. The blade is relatively easy to break, but I have not broken it. I've heard from others though, and I've also seen videos where they've had breaking issues. Just take care of your tools. Don't be binding it up and only actually push down on the pull. The way that these are actually designed, it is not meant to cut on the push. So when you are doing your cuts, only push down as you go back. And even then, you really don't have to push down. It is so good that if you literally just use 2 fingers and go like this, it will go through wood. The Swiss Army knife, not so much. You do have to push down a little bit, and you definitely want to push down as you're going forward and backward, because that's just how this one's designed, to be more efficient for the size. This can also do some decently thick branches for how small it is. You're not going to do a whole tree with this. You could if it was a really thin one, but I'd say with this, you're talking maybe 6 to 8 inches in diameter before it's too much to really want to try. I personally would only recommend 3 or 4 inch diameter because otherwise it's just a lot of work. You could though, and another good way to save yourself energy is simply cut halfway through and then find a way to snap it the rest of the way. Unless you truly need a clean cut, save yourself energy. Same thing with this. Cut halfway through, maybe 3/4 if it's a real strong wood, and then break it. That's going to be your most efficient way to save some energy, and even more efficient once you have it off of whatever you're pulling it off of. Let's say you had a down tree, you got a big branch off of it, you don't really have to cut it. You could either lay it over your fire, let the fire do the work for you and burn a hole through the middle of it and then stack it on top of itself, or you could simply take it between a wedge tree where you have 2 trees next to each other and snap it there. These both work very great in their respective scenarios. I've used both on trail. I stopped bringing this a while back ago, but I'm going to start bringing it again for when I really think I need it, because I did a cold weather trip with just this and it was a bad idea. I got real tired and I really wish I had that. Whoop. All right, let's do a cut test. So I'm going to do the Swiss Army first. I'm going to try and get a decent angle on this thing. That's only half, so I'll go right here. So here we go. This is, I want to say, inch diameter. This is relatively dry wood. It is raining today, if you can't hear or see it. But I found this in a relatively dry pile, so hopefully it's pretty good. And like I said before, cut it like halfway to 3/4. Save yourself the energy. Don't cut the whole way if you don't have to. Save yourself energy, put it in your fire. That extra couple seconds, it adds up when you have to do enough of it. It doesn't add up right away, so you wouldn't really see the difference right now. But when you're talking 10, 20, 30, 100 or more times of doing that, it adds up very quick. All right, let's do the Gomboy. All right, as you can tell, that's a bit faster. But this will still get the job done when you truly need it. And this has a lot more tools in it. Either way, I'm bringing this one on every trip. So I have this no matter what. This one is just when I really, truly know I'm gonna be doing a lot more. And then one advantage of both of these is they're very good with a ferro rod. So this has a 90-degree spine. So if you actually take this and try and get some sparks off it, it works really good. So that's awesome. This does as well. You just have to be a little more careful with it because this doesn't have a locking mechanism like that does, but you still can do it. I kind of just grip the saw blade like that, and you can see it still works really good. So nice benefit of that one. Let me show you the other tools in this while I'm at it. Okay, so for the Swiss Army Knife Huntsman, your main tool obviously is your large blade. Ignore the fact that this is filthy. I'm gonna try and clean it up after this trip this weekend and sharpen it. You also have your small blade, which is very nice. You have a flathead as well as bottle opener. And this little spot right here is actually for wire stripping, believe it or not. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna put the knives away so that as I'm doing this, I don't cut myself. You also have a can opener. This works very well, and my can opener at home broke a few months ago, and I used this for like a month before buying a new one. It works really good. So it works similar to, I think it's an old P38, I think it's called. Very similar, P22 or P38. It's one of the two. Don't make fun of me. I can't remember. I actually have one somewhere, but it works really good. And then you also have right here, kind of like a Phillips head. It's still flat, but the way that it kind of molds into the can opener, it makes it so that it fits in a Phillips spot. So it works great for that. You have your scissors, and these are very sharp scissors. I have never had any issues with them. They work very great. If you're ever doing like trail maintenance when it comes to your hygiene, such as your nails or anything like that you truly need to cut, these work wonderful. They're great for cutting rope, great for just about anything. Okay, aside from that, we have the corkscrew. This is very good for screwing into a large piece of wood, and you can carry it back. You can also open a wine bottle with it. I've done that many times. There's many uses for these. I'll do a video in the future about some of the really cool uses I think this has, but there's many different things you can use this for. You also get an awl. This right here, you can either drill holes with. I've done that many times. You can sew with it, and yeah, it's great. And then lastly, we have the little carrier hook. This is really great. If you have a big bundle of wood that you just loaded up and you tied it up with some string, you can hook that into the string and just take it back to camp. I haven't used it for much other than that, but one other thing that kind of both of these are good for, when you have a knot that's really stuck, whether it be 550 or anything else, you can kind of dig into it first with the corkscrew. You can kind of shimmy it into a little hole into the knot, start to tug it out, and then if you take this, the carrier hook, and actually shove it into the part that you just pulled out, you can pull out that knot extremely well. So that's great. Okay, now you've heard about what cutting tools I'm actually bringing on trail. What do you bring? Do you bring more or less? I know a lot of people bring the smaller Swiss Army knife without any of the tools. I find the weight difference is worth it for this one. It's not that heavy and it has a lot of features. So very useful. Oh, I forgot to show you, which I'm sure you all know, but it has a toothpick to clean your dang teeth and pick up cheese and some tweezers. These are great for if you get ticks or if you get splinters. It makes a heck of a difference trying to pull it out versus your hand. So that's those. But now that you've heard from me, tell me what you use. I'd love to hear. I hope you all have a great day. Bye.